Hey everyone, to the Collect Jurassic, and I'm here with some really cool new Jurassic World Rebirth toys. Most important of all, the Distortus Rex Island Escape set. Finally, this awesome Jurassic World Rebirth playset is in my hands. I can't wait to take it out because the D-Rex figure looks awesome, and I can't wait to compare it to the one we already have. And there's some cool human figures. We even got Dolores the Aquilops in there, so very, very excited to get that one out. We also have these story packs. Can't miss these. We have Dr. Henry Loomis with Pteranodon, all new figure for Henry, not like the one in the Target story pack. And then we also have Zora, Bennett, and the Velociraptor over here. This Raptor figure looks incredible. I'm very excited to get that one out. Adding that rebirth species to my collection. Been waiting for that. And then we also have Zora figure here as well. That's different than the one from the story pack as well. So very cool. Can't wait to dive in here. I've been looking at rebirth toys, of course, for the past couple months. So if you haven't checked those videos out, please check them out because I've gone over almost all the toys now. This is just the latest and greatest stuff to drop since the movie came out, which makes it that much more exciting, especially this set. So I'm going to give you a little warning here. There might be some spoilers about the movie, just because in order to talk about this set properly, I'm going to have to mention a couple scenes in the movie. And, it's been out for a while, so hopefully you've seen it. And if not, go see it. But let's go ahead and dive right into the toys. We'll start with the Dr. Henry Loomis and Pteranodon story pack here. You can see the packaging has this nice open where you can actually manipulate the dinosaur figure, open concept, and then the human figure is, of course, stuck behind the plastic there, but comes with some accessories. Got the Spinosaurus on the package. Then on the back there, you just see that you can a little demonstration of the backpack and the play features. And then, of course, what else is available in the wave there. But yeah, I mean, a nice little presentation. They've been doing these story packs really almost since the beginning. And it's kind of been their chosen format to get dinosaurs out there, to get, I guess humans and dinosaurs out there, I should say. Of course, they're always getting dinosaurs out there. It's more the human characters that need to be tied directly to a dinosaur figure to get sort of a chance on the shelf. So that's what's awesome about these story packs, is they let us get more of those human characters, not having to rely on just a figure character itself, but getting a nice pack-in dino too. And when it's something cool like this Raptor, this Pteranodon, it makes it an even cooler combination, because you also get a really good exclusive figure you wouldn't get elsewhere. So we also got these accessories in here, and then let's go ahead and free Pteranodon from its bindings here. And what's cool about this is it actually looks like an all-new sculpt of the Pteranodon. Maybe it's got a couple reused parts of it, but the feet definitely look like all new, which is cool. There's one plastic tie, and then we'll just go ahead and there we go. Woo! It's an unboxing. You gotta do some unboxing. Okay, let's go ahead and get these set up and take a look. All right, wow, this Pteranodon is actually awesome. Instantly digging this. Oh, this thing is cool. Okay, cool. It's got really cool wings too. Oh my gosh. All right, well, let me get everything set up and then we'll come back and look at this. But I'm already really, really feeling this figure, and I'm hoping this is not the only appearance we get of him, because he's awesome. Okay, we have Henry Loomis here with his backpack. We'll go ahead and just get him all kitted up so he's accurate here to what we're going to be reviewing. And then we'll give him his stun baton too, which is a pretty nice weapon. Ooh, it's two-handed too. You gotta love that. And you really know you're getting ready to face off against some dinosaurs if you got to go bust out the action figure two-hand. You can kind of hold it two-hand. I'm sure if I sat here long enough, I could find the ideal pose for that. But for now, we're gonna go. You know what? He's gonna take it on. He's gonna take it on with one hand, because I think that's the only way he's gonna hold it for my review. There you go. Come on, buddy. All right, there's Henry Loomis. You can see he's got a really nice likeness to Jonathan Bailey. I mean, almost perfect, if you ask me. Even the glasses frames are painted. I mean, that just looks really, really, really nice, I gotta say. Got a little hint of a beard there. He's got a nice plaid outline on his, or like a plaid pattern on his shirt that they actually did really well. And then he's got like the belt buckle painted. He's got like the tongues of his boots. Just a really nicely detailed figure. Oh, he's even got a little watch on too. So, I mean, that's just pretty incredible. This pack is what, like $18. So, pretty incredible for it to be that affordable. or to have this much detail and be that affordable. So yeah, nice figure. Then the stun baton does look like something sort of new. I mean, I know Mattel's given us a couple stun batons, but this one, this two-handed one, looks definitely different than the Fallen Kingdom one. And I love this shock. I'd have to go back and check my Chaos Theory figures. In fact, I'm looking over there on the shelf over here somewhere, and I see Yasmina holding one that looks kind of like this. So maybe this isn't an all-new baton, but it looks cool. And I'm nothing representative of the movie, but it's a fun one. And of course, articulation wise, this guy's got the knees that bend. He's got the I've already kind of demonstrated the elbows, and then the head that poses too. So you can do all kinds of cool poses with these guys. For not being Hammond collection, they're pretty articulated. So there he is. And then just a quick comparison with his story pack figure. You can see they basically look I kind of like this one better. His glasses are a little painted a little more understated than this fella right here. But I do like the blue outfit a lot on this guy too. But you can see I almost have completely different outfits on, which is kind of fun. So you get two versions of Jonathan Bailey's character Loomis if you're a serious collector like me. But all right, moving on to the Pteranodon. This thing is awesome. I don't know if you saw this, but I instantly got it into a walking pose, which is just awesome. It gets into it really rather perfectly, just because it's got these hinged shoulder joints and then wings that fold out too. And then of course, if you notice, the feet there are also new sculpted so they can stand and they can go behind. And then of course you have the head there that has the beak that opens with the painted teeth, sort of inaccurate. But I like the blue. The blue looks nice, but you can literally just see how it moves its neck. So it definitely is an all-new figure for Pteranodon. Again, maybe the head's reminiscent of something they've done before, but everything else is completely new. Love the patterning on that. It definitely reminds me of a recent Mattel release, but this thing's got quite a wingspan compared to a human figure, honestly. So it's definitely I'd say it's the perfect size Pteranodon. Finally we got one that feels like it's the right size. I would say we've gotten some really big ones and some really small ones, but this one's cool. And again, what's great about it is it does just like fold right up, and you move his legs down, and then he's ready to be a standing Pteranodon, which is cool. So we got the Quets this year doing that, and now we got this other one doing that. So pretty cool that they've started to figure out how to get these flying reptiles in both stances. Super fun. And real quick before I go on this one and get to the next one, I do want to show off that scan code there. There it is for you. Very cool. But yeah, let's go ahead and get over to Zora with the Velociraptor. Gotta check this one out. Again, this is the first Raptor I'm getting from Rebirth, so very excited about that. And then we got Zora here as well. So let's go ahead and dive right in. I won't cover the packaging again. It's literally the same thing with them on the back, all that stuff. But other than that, same exact presentation here with the, actually the Raptor's gonna be really easy to get at. It's just a quick snip job. Man, that thing is awesome. Oh, no, not a quick snip job. We got one more. We got one more back there. All right, this will be easier to do this way. All right, yeah, I thought so. So we'll get that out, and let's go ahead and get Zora and her backpack. And she has another gun, another trank gun, which is cool. So love the trank gun concept in the movie with the little parachute and it was all just very cool. Oh, sorry about that. Definitely reminded me of the Lost World, Eddie Carr rifle with the a little bit of that, as far as the demonstration portion of the movie. So I like that. I feel like that was a little bit of a callback. And I just love the idea of like this, cool tranquilizing sample gun. Definitely very toyetic. I hope they make like a full-size version of it. I think that'd be a super fun toy. All right, how's my camera? We kind of took a blow there from the packaging there. But let's go ahead and take a look at Zora here first. Let's see if you can get her sort of posed out first. Okay, so you can see here, wow, she's got really thin arms. I like that. Kind of muscular, but still very thin. I feel like sometimes these Mattel figures, the arms get really beefy on some of the female characters, but she looks nice and balanced here. You can see likeness-wise, I wouldn't say that's the best ScarJo, but it's also not the worst ScarJo I've ever seen. And some angles, it actually looks pretty much like her. I don't know, something about the hair feels a little bit too blonde for me. I kind of dig her other appearance that we have of her with the cap. I feel like her makeup here, so applied a little more heavily, but it does look a little bit more like her to me. The hair color anyway. So maybe if they got these hair colors to match, these would be a little more complimentary. But you can see here, looks like she's got the same legs, but a different chest piece with this kind of gear on. Makes her look a little more combat ready, which is fun. I wonder if you can do head swaps on these. That'd be kind of fun to give her the cap. But I do like this appearance of her in the movie. You know, it is how she spends most of the movie with this kit on. And she does have a pretty cool. Oh, I didn't notice this. This has like a belt piece on it. Okay, so this becomes like a little bit more serious than just a backpack. It becomes more of like a you know, a kit backpack, I guess, which makes it a little more heavy duty, which I think is fun. So pop that in pretty easy. And oh, I didn't get it in her other arm. Whoops. I swear I put a backpack on before, just not on action figures very much. But I will say Mattel does make it easy to put on their accessories for the most part. Probably because they've been doing it with Barbies for so long. So action figures are easy to figure out. But there you go. That's a little bit more kitted out now with her heavier duty backpack with the it has the waist straps, you know it's heavy. And then I think it actually, does it open? Yeah, it opens, which is crazy. So you can actually put stuff in that backpack. Because I think, yeah, his opens as well. So I don't know if these are like new backpack sculpts or if these are repeats of what we have with, whatchamacallit, Chaos Theory. But there you go. That's how that opens. And I guess you could put stuff in there if you wanted. They need to give us some like DNA vials or something to carry around these backpacks, right? But yeah, her backpack's a little bit smaller, but you know, she's kind of a smaller figure than Loomis too. She's actually a little bit more short in stature there. You can see, and of course, it's a little bit more petite, but that's just because she is in real life too. So I like that they honor that scale. Definitely adds realism to these. I mean, they're still toys, but they're a good you know, balance of action figure and kind of realistic collector item. I love the action poses you can do with her. Where'd her gun go? Oh yeah, so she's got the gun. This is a one-piece gun. I do notice it does have, no, it's got no paint on it. It's just a single plastic gun. So I already put her down, but the other version of the figure comes with a rifle. Here, I'll just pop it out because it's better. So it actually has the yellow rifle, the butt of the rifle painted, which helps, you know, pop this a little bit more. And what's cool about this one is it also breaks apart, whereas this one I just unboxed. It's just a solid rifle, does not break. So story pack's worth picking up for this break apart rifle that has the cool coloration. And honestly, I like the Zora figure in that set a little bit better than what I'm looking at here in the table. But yeah, she does have this accessory as well. So both of these figures come with some nice accessories. And, you know, that's what I love about human figures in Jurassic. You know, since I've been collecting as a kid, you always get, you don't just get the dinosaurs, you get the people with the weapons, and you know, get some action going. So that's exactly what you can do with these story packs. But let's take a look at the Raptor on this set. Oh my gosh, this thing is so cool. I mean, let's get a close up of that face. I love the colors, and I mean, Mattel did a fantastic job kind of layering them in here. You have like the blue and the red with some black stripes, just really, really saturated on the top of the head. I mean, very, very, again, like layered very nicely. And then of course the body is not like totally devoid of paint. We got this light color that blends with the jaw, then this striping that goes down most of the tail. Claws aren't painted, but honestly, the paint budget they put into the head is really appreciated. Look at that red eye, just a beautiful looking figure. Articulation wise, we have the legs that are going to move, so you can make them go up and down. Oh, this is like my new favorite figure. And then you have the arms that rotate back and forth. Got a little bit of range of motion on them, not a whole lot, but a little bit. So not a whole lot of articulation really in general. The tail moves, and then of course the head, which I'm glad to report is on a joint that goes up and down as well as side to side. My favorite kind of joint on Hammond Collection is this kind of joint because it lets you do some pretty basic poses without the figure looking strange. You can do a little bit of like angling on the head. You can do all kinds of like looking down poses. So it starts to get a little weird when you look down a little bit, but look at that. That is so cool. This thing is awesome. Man, I want to get more of these. So I hope these story packs become a little easier to find, availability wise, which I'll get to here at the end. But this is an awesome figure. I think a very similar version of this Raptor comes with the Martin Krebs pack. So if you are looking for another way to get it, that'll be the same. I don't know if it'll be exactly the same, but it'll be meant to be the same Raptor. So that is a beautiful looking Raptor. Wow. That's like one of my favorite Rebirth toys. I'm excited. Really, really nice. But okay, you know what? One thing I didn't look at was the scan code for this. I don't want to jip anybody out of the scan codes if I can remember. So there is the Raptors scan code, everybody. All right, that was the story packs. Let's go ahead and dive in to the main event here, the Distortus Rex Island Escape pack. Oh my goodness. And more human figures in this. Oh my gosh. So I'm like, my human collection for Rebirth is like growing immensely here. So and my species count. I got Pteranodon, a Raptor, and now an Aquilops. So a good night for my collection. So let's go ahead and take a look at this box here. You know what? I'm just going to move these story packs off almost completely because they're just going to keep falling down, I can tell. But here you can see the box. Has the nice huge window display, which I always love when they do that. You can see the Distortus Rex here, the boat, the family there, and Dolores, some accessories. I will say my backpack for Dolores kind of popped out. It's down there. But normally that would be in this little hole right here. But really nice presentation. You can see all the accessories, the boat, and it almost looks like a scene, right? With the Distortus Rex chasing the boat. On the back here, again, just more kind of like demonstration of how you can use it. Looks like a piece flies off. You can shoot missiles. And then the Aquilops is included. Doesn't say it's exclusive. We should note that. It doesn't say like exclusive Dolores. So anyone holding out hope for that figure elsewhere. This box certainly doesn't say that it's only found in this one. So, don't lose hope if you don't want to buy this whole set just to get one figure. But let's go ahead and open it up and take a look at everything inside. My box is already a little bit jacked up here, so we'll go from this end, which is cool. So while I open this, I do want to make a huge shout out to my buddy Tom Jurassic, who hooked me up with these sets. Tom Jurassic has helped me over the ages with Jurassic. We've helped each other really, but he was able to get this pack that I'm opening right here, the Distortus Rex Island Escape set in the United Kingdom, and ship it my way. It will be out in the U.S. Here later this summer. I think it's going to be a Target exclusive, so probably a Behind the Gates episode they're waiting for to let you buy it. But you can get this elsewhere in the world. So a huge thank you to Tom for sending this over so I could take a look. Sorry, I'm mangling the box while I tell my story. Tom also helped me get the Zora story pack too, so huge shout out, Tom. Thank you so much. You can tell just how excited I am about that Raptor. Hopefully, if you're watching this, whoa, don't want to drop that. Whew. Man, this toy's flying everywhere tonight. I love this beach they have here. Interesting. I don't remember. I guess I kind of remember that in the movie. Maybe not the Distortus Rex at the beach, but I remember this beach, I guess. Let's go ahead and start popping and cutting things out here, starting with D-Rex, as it looks sort of easy. If we just maybe hopefully cut a couple of these plastic things off, it'll pop out. This is a great looking figure. Honestly, bigger than I thought it was going to be. I really thought this was a much smaller version of D-Rex, and it really isn't. So we'll put that down. Go ahead and pop the tail out here, and I think that'll be the easy part of this. The hard part's going to be getting out all these accessories, all these human figures, but we'll get through it. So there's D-Rex's tail, and then we have everybody here. Oh, they have little finger places for you to pop out the things. If you can get your finger in them, you can. So you got some missiles. We got the stick. Gotta have the stick. You got the backpack. And remind me, this guy's name's Reuben, right? Yeah. I think it's Reuben and Isabelle, or they call her Bella in the movie. So you get all these people. I'm trying to figure out the best way to proceed from here to get these people out. There's still little plastic ties in here, but yeah, that's the name of these characters in the movie. And I think this is the only place you can get Isabelle right now, unless they do another set. As far as Reuben, he will be available in another story pack in the future with Parasaurolophus, I believe. But remains to be seen how similar these figures are. I'm guessing they'll have a little bit of difference. So I'm going to break into the back of this to get Dolores out. She's really stuck in her plastic. All right, come on, Dolores. Yay, Dolores is out. All right, we just have the stick and the boat. And I can't really tell. Oh, the boat's, that's why I can't get the boat out. Makes sense. So it looks like it's got wheels on it. That's kind of fun. Well, how's this still stuck in here? Maybe we'll just do that. All right, just pop this whole thing out, maybe? No? There we go. Sorry, folks. Almost got this thing loose. I always just try to balance getting it out fast versus not breaking anything for you guys. So, breaking anything for myself even. I think we just have a couple more things. This windshield piece. Oh, let me get this off. Oh man, that was a tough one. Okay, I think we can do this now though. Oh, this is cool. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. Man, you know, I do love a good toy, and let me tell you, I can already tell that this is a good toy. All right, let's go ahead and dive right in to the human figures and the dinosaur figures. Were these things, or these were just the pieces that held it in? I was like, uh-oh, I got missing pieces already. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at Reuben here. An action figure that I don't have in any form is Reuben here. So you can see, does it look like the actor? You know, more or less. I definitely think they got the eyebrows and the mustache and the hair right. But you know, a lot of these action figures, you got to squint a little bit sometimes to see the likeness. And I would say Reuben here might be guilty of that. But I love the shorts he's got on. He's got like a ripped shirt. You can see it's got nice sculpt detail and paint detail. It's not just painted rips. They're sculpted on, so you can actually feel them. So he looks pretty appropriately banged up. Reminds me of those Chaos Theory or Camp Cretaceous figures that have all that damage. I like the knee joints. So look at that. He's got like skin knee joints, but they look nice and smooth. Lots of range of motion on all these figures still. I like how he's got a watch, man. Everyone in this movie's got a watch. And he's of course got his stick. Now, what do we know what like a hand he favors in the movie? So in the box, it looks like he's got it in his right hand, which makes sense. Most people are right-handed. So we'll go ahead and give him his stick. It's a very light colored stick. It's kind of different than the Hammond Collection stick, but it's a stick, all right. But yeah, he can hold that stick and use it to, I guess, limp along. What a funny accessory to give this guy a stick, I gotta say. I mean, he uses it in the movie, to be fair, but he never actually, like, you know, fights with it or anything. He just kind of limps along with it. But hey, he's got his stick. He's movie accurate. There you go. Reuben with the stick. All right, here's sorry, not Dolores. Here is Isabella or Bella, and I think her likeness is equally sort of there. I mean, she looks like a little girl for sure, but you know, that girl, you know, she's very distinct looking, and I think they tried to capture that with this girl's eyes and did actually a pretty good job, I would say, compared to the actress. So yeah, pretty good figure. Same sort of sensibilities as some of the smaller Mattel figures we've seen for children. Thinking of Tim Murphy and Maisie with a lack of articulation in the knees and the elbows. Just because it's such a small figure, those joints are just so tiny. I think they just don't even bother. So just be ready to know that she's not going to do, you know, as much, dynamic poses as some of these bigger figures that have, you know, waist articulation and mid joint articulation and all that stuff. She doesn't have that kind of articulation. Her head moves and her arms and legs move, so that's good. And she also has her backpack, which also has paint on it. Wow, so it's got the little like mouth on it. So that's funny that they actually spent some paint budget to make this movie accurate. But I guess, you know, that was one of those things that Dolores is kind of spotted in. So maybe they really wanted to make sure that it was, you know, accurate to the film to, you know, kind of build that iconic part of it. So that's kind of a fun detail. So she puts that right on pretty well there. Fits pretty tightly on her. I even like how it fits into like the lapels of her jacket kind of. So that fits in really well. And then I don't think this one opens. Now this one does not open because Dolores would not fit. But yeah, looks really nice and scales really well with the adult figures. So there's Isabelle. Oh, I like her little sandals too that she has on in the whole movie. So that's fun. Here is Dolores. adorable Dolores. No articulation here, but you know, pretty decent paint job. We got the stripes on the tail. We got some nice sculpt detail. You can see the little pebbly texture, painted beak. Yeah, pretty nice. Looks like mine's got, the eye might be painted a little low, but it's nothing that looks terrible. I mean, especially from out here, you can't even tell. It's just it's a tiny little figure. I would say it's actually pretty in scale for the movie. If you put it next to someone's feet, you can see, you know, it's basically the size of it was in the movie, which is fun because it scales with these characters really, really nicely for being, you know, that small. So pretty cool. I did want to do a quick little comparison with none other than Bumpy here. We got Bumpy and Dolores. You can see Bumpy is looking a little bit bigger and chunkier, but you know, this is technically a minis figure that they just used as a small Bumpy, but this is truly a Mattel figure, not a minis of Dolores. I don't think it's meant to be like a blind bag figure later on. I think it's truly meant to scale with these figures. So it looks great. Now let's take a look at that boat before we get to D-Rex. This is a boat. This is not the same boat that the T-Rex chases on the river, mind you. This is a wholly different boat. This is where the spoilers come in, so please fast forward if you don't want to hear them. But, you know, at the end of the movie, they're trying to escape the island. They get to that dock, and this boat's kind of hung up, and Zora's like slapping the console with the chain, and it finally drops, and they take the boat to safety. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But this is pretty faithful rendition of the boat. It does look a lot like this in the movie. It does have these cool silver bars on it, the toy itself, that look really nice. And of course the red pops off really cool too. It does have like a little even motor back here that rotates, so it's got some kind of fun articulation. It's on a ball joint even, so it goes up and down and left and right. It's got wheels on it, so it does move really smoothly, which is fun. And then it's got you know, the missile launcher on top. Come on, it's a Jurassic toy, you gotta have the missile launcher, so probably has a pretty good shot on it. Yep. It also has a life preserver, so if you're trying to rescue, you know, your girlfriend who just fell overboard, you can shoot this at her. Too bad her boyfriend in the movie didn't have that. Could have used that instead of jumping in. But I love that you're literally shooting a life preserver at somebody. But yeah, and they have little holes here in the boat for the missiles, so they just pop right in and stay there, which is a fun kind of way to display them too. So yep, at least that one went in before. There you go. And then yeah, and then you have this breakout piece that I think just literally you press this red button and it there you go. It flew off my table. So yeah, that's pretty cool. That's like a whole explosion. Wow, let's hit it again. Boom, pops straight up in there. That's fun. It's got the little control console with the little piece of acrylic for glass, so that's pretty fun. I think our characters, it's even got the little peg holes in it for characters to stand on and not fall, so we can put, you know, her right there and she won't fall. I'm gonna change the location of these missiles and see if that helps them get stuck more. Or I just think one of them's tighter than the other, I guess. And then we'll put him and his glorious stick in the back of the boat. I like how there's like a little seat back there too. Whole little seating area. I wonder how many people we can fit on this. We can fit the whole crew. I don't know. But yeah, look at that. They fit on that really well. You do have to turn the gun around so he can drive. But you know, it fits really nicely. Really cool. Our second vehicle, I should say, for Rebirth. I hope they do make the raft for the T-Rex, but I'm thinking that they made this boat. We might be one and done with our boats, but that T-Rex raft scene's so cool. They really should adopt this. Even if they took this and just took all the pieces off and just kind of made it this black piece and it was orange, I think that would be perfect. So maybe we'll get that later on. But here is Reuben, Isabelle, and Dolores on the raft. But now let's look at what they're running away from, right? The Distortus Rex. Oh man, why does Dolores keep falling down? Dolores, just stay here. Face Isabelle. Maybe that'll make you happier. All right, we'll go ahead and pop this guy's tail on because I didn't do that when I got him out. Oh, there we go. All right, here it is, the Distortus Rex from the Island Escape set. This thing's awesome because I can already tell it has lots more articulation than the bigger figure, which I will compare to here in a second. First and foremost, it's got arms that go out like this, so you can do some crazy poses with this thing now. And its lower arms, instead of being dangly like the other figure, are actually posable now, so you can have it also do some pretty crazy stuff. I mean, look at that thing. That's awesome. So now you can have him punching and hitting. Ooh, and his hands are articulated as well. Oh my gosh. So they rotate, and they also pivot up and down. That's both arms do that. So you can have him kind of do some different things with his hands to make him look like he's, you know, manipulating them or walking back on one of his feet or something. Really, really cool. So I already love that articulation with just his 4 sets of arms. The tail also articulates. The ball joints tight enough that you can rotate it and it'll stay up and down or side to side. So that's really cool. And then of course you have the legs that go up and down and back and forth independent of one another, so you can make him look like he's a running D-Rex. And then last but not least, we have the posable jaw, which I always love in figures. The jaw just opens or closes, and we got the rubber teeth in there, which look really nice. Oh, what a cool looking figure. This thing's so cool. Definitely looks just like the bigger figure, which I'll get out here on camera here in a second. But, you know, got a little bit of a lighter color scheme, but still really impressive to look at up close. So, yeah, the only thing that I think this one is missing, which I don't even know how they would do it, I'm anxious to see if they ever make a Hammond collection figure, is neck articulation. Like, it would be cool if this neck could, like, look side to side or even just rotate around on a, but I mean, you need sort of a circular joint, I guess, to make that happen, which he's got a pretty thick neck. But yeah, I love how you can make this thing walk on an upright. I mean, look at that. You can't even do that with the other one. Speaking of the other one, let's go ahead and get that. I do think the coloration on the other one is a little more, you know, to my preference. It's a lot darker for one thing, but you can see here, size wise, just the, you know, comparison there. I mean, it's not massively big size difference, but it's definitely pretty noticeable. There they are side to side there too. So I would say he's about 75% of the size, not half the size or smaller. So, but they have very similar colorations, just lighter bodies. But again, this guy's, you know, his legs, I don't even think move. Oh yeah, they do. So his legs do move, and his arm does have elbow articulation, and he does have a little bit of wrist articulation. I have a whole review of this one if you want to watch it, but it's all tied to this action feature that he's got, which I think this one's turned off. So you never get to actually pose the mouth closed, and these are all dangly. So, I mean, not saying it's a bad figure, but you definitely are limited by its play features. Whereas this one, we're doing all kinds of cool stuff. We were making it go up in the air. We were making it, you know, raise its arms up in the air. I mean, there's just so much cool stuff that this one can do that that the electronic figure can't do. So I think people are really going to be really excited to grab it. Just for that reason alone. I know I am. So looks really, really cool. Let's go ahead and compare it to one more figure, because I think it would pair with it really nicely, and that's the Lab Lockdown Rex. If the Power Devour and the bigger Rumble Distortus Rex, the Rumble and Rampage, if those are meant to kind of pair up, I think these two are meant to be a little bit more of a realistic pairing, because they do look so similar in size, the Lab Lockdown and D-Rex here. So you can see on their faces even how similar in scale their heads are. They look really, really nice together. So these are a little bit more, you know, in scale. So if you're trying to save some space on your shelf, you know, you can invest in this D-Rex figure versus that Rumble and Rampage. Speaking of investing, like grabbing this set, again, I mentioned earlier, this will be available at Target at some point. They're just got it tied to their exclusive reveal program, so you'll just have to wait for details from that. But the story packs are actually hitting US and Books A Million, and I think they're just hitting in more and more places, honestly. So I wouldn't be surprised if they show up on Amazon here very soon. That's this Henry pack with Pteranodon and Zora with the Velociraptor. Expect those, you know, pretty soon. And of course, you can always check collectjurassic.com. I'll have all that information here. But man, these were cool toys. Again, huge thank you to Tom Jurassic for sending most of these along, especially this Island Escape set. It is just so cool. But I love the Raptor as well. This stuff is awesome. Mattel is just killing it with the Jurassic World Rebirth toys. I hope you're as excited about them as I am. I've been checking them out. Again, be sure to check out those other videos if you're interested. But I think that's all I got to say about these ones. Again, I'm Tim with Collect Jurassic. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.